Welcome back, guys, to my playthrough of the Outer Worlds, where we left off. Oh, we got that information for Phineas. Then after that, ship crashed on Monarch, and we I forget what the thing was we got, but we had to choose a side who to side with. So I sided with the iconoclast, and we took down MSI, and they control Stellar Bay, and the Iconoclast controls Stellar Bay now. The reason why I chose the Iconoclast is because screw the corporation. But anyway, in this part, I'm going to head to the Groundbreaker, and then when I'm done at the Groundbreaker, we're going to start on the Murder on Eridanos DLC. And then after we beat that, I'll do the next DLC that I forgot what that one was called. But then after that one, we'll start on the main quest for that main story. So let's get to it. Freaking sniper rifle's about to freaking go kaputs. Journal. He promised back to Phineas, travel to his lab and speak with him to discuss the next steps. Yeah. We'll go to Groundbreaker, then I'll go talk to Phineas, and then after I'm done at Phineas's lab, then we'll go to do the Eridanos stuff. Head back to my ship. No rest for the depraved monarch's illegal claim leads to their inevitable demise. I did that. I caused that uprising. Okay.
Been thinking on my dad today. Do you miss Mr. Hawthorne, Sam?
While SAM units are mass-produced for economical purposes, the overall quantity is limited compared to other automechanical product lines. Because we understand our clientele is exclusive and discerning.
I guess you probably never met him, huh? Well, that's okay. You got us. We'll be your dad now.
Let's see, repair.
You've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Before I do anything, I am going to put that weapon in my box on my jigger. I love how in certain parts of the story, after you finish it, puts this stuff in your room. What's this? What better to establish dominance over an alien ecosystem than by hunting its most dangerous predator and mounting its head on your wall? Whether the eternal truth is actually true or not, Graham and his followers seem to be growing faster than a band of semi-anarchists has any right to. I took his freaking poster. Either you really like Tossball or you hate Graham. Either way, his poster is yours now. I didn't hate the guy. Dang it. Transfer. See, 129, 7. $171. $130. $50. $150. $171. $123.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Oh man, my ear was itching. Let's get rid of you. Put my boy Felix in. And let's go. Let's go.
you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
What was that about Minister Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
You make it sound so simple.
Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony. Steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks.
So what's the plan?
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Warning label.
Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them.
Anything I should know about this Carmen Imagawa?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Got some questions for you.
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Okay, let's see. Gotta go to Byzantium. Now let's head to Adronos.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Of course we did.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I'll be here.
No, wait.
Captain, we've arrived in Eridanos.
I wanted to go the unreliable first. I mean, not the unreliable, but the groundbreaker. Dang it.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
Send it over.
With alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
They did what?
They dispensed 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Sure thing. Oh, this is for the start of the Gorgon DLC, which I'm not doing until after I finish Murder on Andronos.
My compliments to Sam. I do so love a clean cargo hold.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Ada, what the hell is going on?
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
Are we going to talk about the severed arm on the kitchen table?
Now, I, for one, was hoping to do the exact opposite of that.
That's
What?
funny.
Do you want to shake its hand?
Yeah, can we talk about the arm? I want to take bets on how the guy lost it. My money's on cannibals.
That ain't really that fella's arm, right? It's gotta be a dummy. Or a toy?
Well, I'm not cleaning it up.
Cleanup service request processed. Disposal of human arm from the Unreliable's cargo hold will commence in the immediate future.
Simulating disgust. How distasteful. Humans eat there. I'm not touching it. Etc. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
He liked to show off his battle scars. I get the feeling he won't be flashing this one around.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system.
Let's see, only the 4th?
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
Any chance he's alive?
Based on the condition of the limb, I calculate a 92.7% chance that Mr. Montoya expired from his injuries.
So you're saying there's a chance. Then we're going to be careful.
Caution will be prudent, Captain. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bit card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late.
Came to what you get.
I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
See what you get. $44 times 6. Mm, 44 6 264 62, 64. Uh, 74 times 3. Okay, yeah, the weapon I have is way better. You ain't got nothing, lady. Ain't got nothing. 15, 26. Check the gun shop.
Good to see you again. Ellie, my mind, but it's been a while. How's that whisper muzzle working out for you?
I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
That mod was for your gun, not your smart mouth.
You want to bust my chops? Do it over drinks next time I'm on station.
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works as advertised. Some people just like to sass me because I don't bite back.
Let's see what you got. Anything worth? Two, 4. Ooh. I'll definitely buy that. Critical damage. Post armor damage dealt. Take that. A new handgun produced by Josh, never before manufactured in the Halcyon system. Hot from the Josh Labs, but are branded in your hand. Got a new weapon. I'll be back with weapons.
Ooh, you're here. It'll do a lot for my credit in the promenade if people see you buying something. So, what'll it be?
189, 193.
Hey, look who it is. What'll it be?
No, I don't want to sell that. The reason why I'm buying all that stuff because I'm trying to get that one flaw where things cost more. Because honestly, money really isn't a problem in this game.
Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute.
Well, it's not a problem when I'm playing on easy mode.
You looking to shoot targets, varmints, or marauders?
I just want that extra point.
Good to see you again.
Let me see what you get for sale. Trade. Sell. Keeping that. Sell that. I'll keep that. Sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. buy.
You looking to shoot
Let's trade. Sell. And there goes all my freaking money. Oh well. Modify critical damage, yeah. Magazine size. What is it? Exacto size. Sodi on there, okay. Let's see what we have. Power attack speed. Power attack damage. Okay, let's head to Eridanos.
Captain, we've arrived in Eridanos.
freaking long A loading screen.
You know, we don't have to catch Helen's killer right this second. Maybe we ought to take in the sights.
My question is, what made these people think I was a freaking detective?
Hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime.
What's the mood in the hotel? Are a lot of people upset?
I'll say. There's nary a soul here who wasn't a fan of hers in some respect. Just about everybody's shocked. Some people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
Hey, Black Hole Birdie may be a savage brute on the field of honor, but he's no killer.
We should ask if they're comping the minibar. This might take a while, if you get me.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose.
Typical show business?
Don't I know it? Reminds me of the shootout in the lobby between Odeon Pictures and Rota Reels back in the day. And you wonder why nobody mentions Rota Reels anymore.
I've heard of corporate skirmishes, but that sounds extreme.
It was. Both sides decided to film each other across the lobby. See which would fail first. Odeon Pictures Mechanicals or Rota Reels employees. For some reason, the Rota people missed the part where they had to be at their cameras 24 hours a day. The final crew member passed out after about a week. I imagine the admin briefed you about Helen's part in the Spectrum Brown unveiling. Too bad about the postponement. Not so terrible as Helen's murder, but still a crying shame.
Was the product release a big deal?
You bet it was. Rizzo's rented out the ballroom in the hotel just for the launch event. Reckoned it was gonna be a real swell affair. Rizzo's ain't unveiled the product since the debut of Spectrum Ultraviolet. Invisible to the naked eye, and as it happened, prone to causing massive internal bleeding. Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags.
Bags? What bags? Great, thanks. I'll see you later. I forget how big the map was here.
I must have had something in my ear. I could have sworn you just said.
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Fancy place. I hope they're not expecting us to pay.
could meet a fate like this.
It really is a terrible shame.
If it's brown, drink it down. Sounds nasty. There's a freaking worm in that bottle. Why would anyone drink that? I mean, I know there's some places in the world there's like alcohol that has like worms and stuff like that inside of them. I don't get the appeal though.
I wish I'd worn my muddy boots and the jacket with holes in it. Can you imagine the looks we'd get?
Black hole Birdie's disappeared, you know. That poor fellow must be inconsolable.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
Constable Keene, nice to meet you. We spoke over the ether wave.
Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
I'm guessing you're talking about the body?
What body? Oh, that. Goodness, no. This is far more interesting than Halcyon Helen's rapidly cooling corpse.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential.
What does this thing do exactly?
I'm so glad you asked. Allow me to explain. The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of magnification.
So it's a magnifying glass.
Yes. It's a magnifying glass, but an extraordinarily powerful one. It looks through the glass of reality itself.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
Yes, I know.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification.
You can talk.
The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed to function as a helpful and perceptive aid to the enterprising inspector in the absence of a reliable deputy.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
This unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and satisfaction in assisting you.
Let's get started. Tell me about this discrepancy you found.
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the grand ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
Taste the dirt. Discrepancy amplifier. Do the size of these footprints match anything you have on record?
Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint.
Taste the dirt. Seen some purple berry in this dirt amplifier analyzed.
Excellent observation, Inspector. The following compounds have been detected: purpleberry residue, nitrogen-rich fertilizer, common grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonial.
So Helen must have been at the orchards before she died.
This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case.
I don't get how you people think
You'll
I'm
need
an
Administrator
inspector.
Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
Any subsequent attack made on the same target once it deals increased damage. This effect is cumulative, leaving TTD resets the damage increase. A small amount of melee damage you deal is returned as healing. Yeah, we'll get that one.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.
You'd think these people have never seen a corpse before.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, sir, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon.
Who? Right, you happen to have my room key?
Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby, and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer.
You've got some high-profile guests here, right? What can you tell me about them?
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
Heard Black Hole Birdie was staying here.
Ah, Birdie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Birdie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
Helen's co-star, Woolrich, he have any reason to want her dead?
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
Did you notice anything about Halcyon Helen before she died?
You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aether Wave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see, so she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed.
Was she closer with some people than others?
Everyone wanted to be around Helen. She could usually be seen alongside Birdie or Woolrich, for obvious reasons.
No, that's enough for now.
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you?
Ooh hoo hoo. That's it. Friends captain, changing the colony, one high stakes counter. I'll do this one. I'm a freelance captain, changing the colony, one high stakes encounter at a time.
A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
The Grand Colonial sure is interesting.
It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please, allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
No one seems to talk much about the lower levels of the hotel.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Arizzo's plant, either.
You can't honestly tell me there's nothing of interest in an entire half of the hotel.
Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own.
Is there anything special about the upper levels?
Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
What does the penthouse have to offer?
twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
That's enough for now.
If you're sure.
Goodbye.
Finally checked in, I see. I hope you're fond of the penthouse. It's pretty much the best seat in the whole hotel. You shouldn't want for any amenity you might find elsewhere. Should act as a better headquarters for the investigation than any space dust covered ship. That and you ain't got room service on a ship. You ever need anything, come find me. Even if you don't, you can still swing by. I'm always happy to chat.
I'm curious about you. How did you get to be a bellhop?
Notice my battle-hardened physique, have you? Used
No,
to
I
be in a
didn't.
mighty mean line of work. Been shot at 35 times. That is, I've been near people who were shot at 35 times. But to be honest, I never really enjoyed it, you know? It's one thing to tightrope walk between life and death every day, but for just a handful of bits? Nah. When this position came up, I jumped on it and made a lateral move from sublight to slug. I ain't ever looked back.
How different is working with Slug? How different is working with Slug from working with Sublight?
Well, Slug is more trustworthy for one thing, where Sublight is all about back alleys and backstabbing. Slug can be trusted not to salvage your ship when you turn your head.
Got any good stories? Sure, you've seen a lot of people coming and going.
Stories? Huh. Actually, I think I got a couple now that you mention it. When I was first starting out here, I got lost in the lower levels of the Colonial. Guess you not, I ran into a giant purple sprat. Of course, I'd been drinking a little that day.
I thought Slug and Sublight didn't engage much. How do you move from one to the other?
Well, Slug is something like an offshoot of Sublight. It ain't too difficult to pivot from one part of the same company to another. Disconnects or no. That said, my departure may have been somewhat hasty.
What is this one? Did something bad and had to make it tracks. I know that feeling.
I mean, yes, but I still earned Sublight a hell of a lot of bits. Basically, I singled out a ship to salvage that I thought had been out for use for years. As it turns out, it belonged to a wealthy Byzantine who used it only to vacation. As it so happened, I still don't think she tried to use it, too satisfied with the luxuries of Byzantium. Still, I figured it was a good time to turn tail, in case that ever changed.
Back to my other questions.
Now, what can I lend a hand with?
Did you know the victim?
Oh, of course. That is, maybe not on a personal level, but I'm one of her biggest fans. Even started an association of like-minded individuals. I'd lament not having anything to meet about anymore, but the newer tribe just ain't done it for us. Still, there goes my hopes of a Terra on Monarch reunion episode.
Were the newer serial episodes that bad?
Of course, budgets went up, but the writing quality chewed straight through the floorboards and free fell into Halcyon's son. I'm supposed to believe Helen would let the chief of the Savages go free just since he was revealed to be her half-cousin? He's a dissident! You kill him! I, like most fans, reckon this series should go back to its roots. Another 200 episodes of the Origins plotline is what we really want.
Mind if I ask you some questions about the crime scene?
Please do.
Got any idea who might have wanted to do Helen in?
Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Did you see Helen on the day of her death?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh, wait. You mean when she was still breathing? No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her.
Right, sure.
Sorry, Inspector, they don't pay me to think.
You want to give me more details on how you came across the body?
Sure, I'd taken to checking the ballroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
That's fine. Any idea why Helen would have been in the ballroom after hours?
Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling?
Be our secret. Let's do this one. Did you kill Helen? You can tell me if you did. It'll be our secret.
What? No! Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I was in shift all day. Besides, I loved Helen serials. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
Back to my other questions.
Sure. What's on your mind?
That's it.
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
Let's see if I can go to the VIP.
Oh, so sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor.
Bring me to the penthouse.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Let's see what everyone has. See if any of these guys have anything to say about this place.
Did you know the smoke from high society cigarettes is 10.07% more likely to leave odor and discoloration in fabrics than other leading brands? Pigsty, slovenly. These premises are unsuitably disordered. When it comes to on-the-go cleanliness, SAM units murder the competition.
I'm leaving my shoes on. I call the big bed. Anyone wants to challenge me, we can play a hand of cards.
I'm the freaking captain. I call the big bed.
I'm gonna nick a few towels. They won't notice.
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun. Make a mess. Live a little. You think they'd object to me setting up a tanning station here? Ugh. Even the air in here feels too sweet. Almost sticky.
Everything's so soft and silky and expensive. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get any grease stains on the furniture. There's no room service, right? Just asking. Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
This room ain't so bad. I could get used to this. So this is what a clean room smells like. Is this how people in Byzantium live all the time? This room ain't so bad. I could get used to this.
I sometimes find myself musing on who I used to think I was. It seems ridiculous in hindsight, but without my obsession, I never would have reached this point. Eridanos is a technological marvel, and they use it as a tourist destination to sell sweets and alcohol. The longer we stay here, the more I can feel my mind softening. Cereals are used by the board to control what the colonists think about reality. Quite a powerful thing. The opulence of this place is stifling.
I love how there's some money right here.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Miss H. Helen, thank you for choosing the Adranos Atmospheric Complex as the site of your next publicity and marketing campaign. By endorsing the Spectrum Brown product, you are allying yourself with a revolution in the leisure beverage market, indeed in the culture of Halcyon itself. We're going to change the world together. Sincerely, Quentin Ludovico. Helen, I don't understand why you and I must be enemies. Are we not both branches on the same tree of privilege? You command audience with your masterly performance on the ether wave, and I command the attention of our corporate leaders. We're both cultural icons with a responsibility to set a good example. I'm disappointed to discover you've berated my seminars publicly and on official records. I take particular embargo in your embarge in your characterization of my most recent seminar, spearheading your project how to motivate your workforce using agent weaponry as a as a, and I quote, nonsensical vanity project from a dyed-in-the-wool buffoon. These are fighting words. Expect to hear from my personal auditors soon. Sincerely, freely, P.O. Money can't buy happiness, and other lies we will tell ourselves anew. Seminar by the prophet of profanity coming soon. Mrs. Bellamy, you're a talented actor. I've enjoyed all your roles across the years. I'm especially fond of your performance in Terror of Monarch. Ludovico doesn't appreciate the serials. Maybe that's why he never knows when he's being played. He will still think you're here to endorse Spectrum Brown. Your performance has him fooled. Have a feeling I know what you're up to. It's always a little disappointing when the audience is a few steps ahead of the plot. Best, Cedric. So this was Helen's room before I took it.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
You don't sound too bothered over her death.
It's the circumstances of her death that trouble me. Our spokesperson was murdered just before the grand unveiling of Spectrum Brown. If I belonged to a rival company, I'd be ecstatic.
You think a rival company was behind the murder?
It's always a possibility. Corporate sabotage is practically a pastime in this colony. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation.
Helen was at the Purpleberry Orchards before her death.
I can't imagine she had any business outside the hotel. If you discover what she was doing at the orchard, please let me know. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
So he locks his doors the moment an investigator arrives. That's not suspicious at all.
I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
You'll need to find and interrogate the proper.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking?
I'll be nice. I didn't even know they made hotel rooms this large. It was great.
Good. I'm glad. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
The lobby, please.
To the lobby we go.
Actually, hang on.
How awful!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee.
Was she trying to spell the name of her killer?
This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
Isn't Black Hole Birdie staying here?
I was wondering about that. Before we arrived, I heard something on the aether waves about Black Hole Birdie taken up at the Grand Colonial.
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
Anything else I should know about?
Accessing guest database B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. Burbage 3001.
Make a note of this for later Make a note of this for later amplifier.
This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved complement. Splendid work, Inspector.
Don't patronize me. Thanks.
Nice.
Let's talk to you.
Oh, Inspector, I was hoping I could have a word with you. I wanted to thank you for cooperating with us. Helen's death was never your concern, but you agreed to help us all the same. It is appreciated.
It's my pleasure.
I will be plain with you. This case is outside my purview. I'm accustomed to dragging rowdy guests into my office for paperwork and processing. I am not prepared to investigate the murder of a beloved actress.
Is somebody getting in your way?
I couldn't investigate Helen's death even if I wanted to. My office is occupied with matters concerning Spectrum Brown. This directive is mandated and takes priority over Helen's death. I'm not at liberty to discuss the details, Inspector. Rizzo's prides itself on ironclad confidentiality agreements.
Alright, I'll change the topic. You mentioned you were a fan of Helen?
Most people don't know that about me. But yes, Helen's roles have always embodied values that I respect. Courage, curiosity, strength, a sense of style. None of us get to choose the way in which we serve our colony, but Helen? She showed me how to find meaning in my occupation.
You seem pretty competent. Is there any reason you're not heading the investigation?
This is a problem of jurisdiction, not competence. Helen was murdered in a hotel owned by Slug, whereas I represent Rizzo's. I'm also concerned I'd allow my personal feelings to cloud my judgment. I was a great admirer of Helen.
While we're here, I want to ask you about your leads.
Before you arrived on this case, I had identified 2 key suspects, Black Hole Bertie Holcomb and Spencer Woolrich. I've since eliminated Woolrich.
Why those 2?
Mr. Woolrich was Halcyon Helen's professional rival. It's possible jealousy drove him to take Helen out of the picture. I apologize for the wordplay. Conversely, Mr. Bertie Holcomb was Helen's paramour. The relationship was reportedly dissolved. I can't rule out her murder as a crime of passion.
What made you change your mind about Woolrich?
Woolrich thinks of himself as a serious and distinguished actor. He was frequently cast in demeaning roles, while Helen played the charismatic heroine. He has reason to be envious. I considered the possibility that Woolrich killed Helen in order to eliminate a rival and advance his own career. But my reasoning collapsed under closer scrutiny. Woolrich owes his career to Helen's dramas. Her death likely harms his long-term prospects. I'm struggling to determine a motivation for him, so I've largely ruled him out.
Bertie and Helen may have been dating, but that's not enough to suspect him.
Mr. Holcomb was in a romantic relationship with Helen. This alone is not enough to make him a lead suspect, but he does play tossball. Black Hole Bertie currently holds the record for most non-consecutive blows to the head. His tendency toward irrational and violent behavior is well documented.
Appreciate the lead. Before I go, there was one other thing.
What's on your mind? Best of luck, Inspector.
Okay, let's talk to you. See if you have anything to say.
The Purpleberry Orchards. And a footprint. Inspector, that was absolutely marvelous. Beautifully deduced. With the help of my discrepancy amplifier, of course.
I'd like a word with you.
Ah, I was waiting for this. Yes, of course. I'm only too eager to cooperate.
We haven't been introduced yet. Please make your acquaintance, Doctor.
My goodness, I must have died and ascended to the architect's plane. I never imagined I'd meet someone courteous and well-mannered in this hotel. I'd be more than happy to banter with you after I finish my autopsy. Until then, shall we talk about the body?
Sure, what have you got for me?
Our leading lady must have riled up someone. Her wounds from cranium to metatarsal are as follows. A blow to the head, severe enough to lacerate the flesh. Followed by a suite of plasma burns down the neck and back, signs of poisoning, evidence of inanition and desiccation, possible signs of jaundice, some shingles, one malformed toenail.
Jaundice. I think you may have lost me. Could you narrow that list down?
Oh, of course, of course. You'll have to excuse me. I have a habit of exhaustively cataloging every possible symptom I discover. The short version is this. Helen was killed by poison, a blow to the head, and a plasma weapon. Possibly more.
I'll bear that in mind. There was one other thing.
I am, of course, at your service.
About this discrepancy amplifier?
Oh, good. One of my favorite subjects. Ask away, my dear. Ask away.
The amplifier seems pretty powerful. Why are you trusting me with it?
Because you're the inspector. I should think that's rather obvious.
Yeah, but why not just use it yourself?
I invented the discrepancy amplifier to assist me in my own medical work. When you were hired to investigate Helen's death, I realized I had my own part to play. I programmed the amplifier to assist you. I'm entrusting it to your care because I want to see my invention help a brilliant inspector solve the murder of the century.
That's funny. And you want to be known as the inventor who helped solve Helen's murder?
You don't miss a thing, do you, Inspector? I can see why the constable recommended hiring you. Think of the amplifier as my gift to you. May it avail you in the swift and efficient prosecution of justice.
What made you invent the amplifier?
I didn't expect an existentialist question so early today. It's a need. Just as sprats feel they must breed, or canids feel they must brutally maul each other. I feel the need to create.
Come on, there has to be more to it than that.
Inspector, I'm sure you don't want to spend 4 hours talking back and forth about the intricacies of a science project. It works. That's the important part.
Back to my other
You
questions.
sure you don't want to know anything else? Oh, all right. We can change the subject.
I guess that's it for now. Okay. I think we'll call it for this part. Thanks everyone for watching. In the next part, we will head out. We'll head to the Purple Berry Ranch, see what's going on over there, see if we can find any clues, and yeah. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and yeah. Till the next part, peace.